Hi, my name is Hung-Seok Oh. For my final project, I chose to create an interesting story of coffee, life cycle of coffee beans from seeding to bagged soil. This is content starting with introduction, then I will discuss data and method. I will show the results of the project with visualization, finishing with discussion and conclusion. Coffee is the world's second consumed drink after tea. Water is not equal comparison. Coffee is the second largest traded commodities only after crude oil. Coffee is more than just a drink, culture and livelihood. As discussed in introduction, coffee is one of important commodities and most beloved drinks in the world. So for this project, I created an interesting story of life cycle of coffee beans from seeding to bagged soil with my work of visualizations. For review and existing works, I categorized existing works or data into 5. They are from coffee organization, manufacturer, distributor, market research firm, individual works, and financial service firms. First one is from coffee organization. International Coffee Organization, or ICO, is an international organization for coffee producing countries. They produce reports and provide great data on coffee. This graph shows monthly coffee production. Second category is from manufacturers or distributors. Nestle is the world's largest coffee roaster. Starbucks, which was a small local coffee shop when Howard Schultz visited in 1981, generated more than $26 billion in 2019. This bar graph was provided by Nestle Business Presentation showing coffee market overview. Third category is from market research firm. Although they provide huge amount of data, most of them require purchase, so this source is discarded. The first category is from individual works. They are created from either coffee lovers or financial gains. For example, this infographic shows many interesting facts about coffee in one page. The last category is from financial service firms. Square is an excellent example. Square is a financial service firm for small businesses, and they gather huge amount of financial transaction data. This graph shows coffee order peak times on weekdays and weekends. This is a simple line graph that effectively shows customers' order pattern. Now I want to discuss data sources. Organizations like ICO provide really great data. This example shows coffee production by its member countries since the crop year of 1990-91 until the previous year. PDF and Excel forms were provided and I used Excel version. Second example is from Starbucks annual report. Big companies like Starbucks or Nestle were great sources. This example shows the number of Starbucks stores by region, country, and operation style. Next, this is my project plan. I will show the life cycle of coffee beans in 5 phases with visualization. Production, trade, distribution, consumption, and back to soil. This picture is from Nestle Coffee Sustainability Report. They introduced 22 phases of coffee bean life from cherry to cup. There are other approaches as well. I modified my phases based on these. First, into production. This visualization is already existing. I thought that it is a good start to introduce kind of coffee beans. There are 2 main types of coffee beans, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica is sweeter and softer, and Robusta is stronger. According to 2019 ICO report, total of 171 million bags of 60 kilogram coffee beans were produced in 2018 and 19. This graph shows a bar plot of coffee production by all exporting countries since the crop year of 1990-91. Since coffee is a seasonal crop, ICO converted crop year to coffee year. There are 14 member countries in April group including Brazil and Indonesia, while 35 member countries are in October group. This graph shows a line plot by producing groups. July group is dropped for visualization. This graph shows multiple line plots of top 9 coffee producing countries. Most of top coffee producing countries have seen healthy growth, except Colombia and Mexico. These two countries are plotted in red. Optimal coffee producing conditions include cool to warm tropical climates, rich soils, and few pests or diseases. The world coffee belt spans the globe along the equator. This map shows a map of coffee producing countries in the crop year of 1819. Color is used to show production volumes in 1,060 kilogram bags. Sinusoidal projection was used to highlight the location of equator. Most of coffee producing countries are located around the equator, showing the coffee belt. Second phase is trade. As discussed earlier, coffee is the second largest traded commodities only after crude oil, and it is one of leading exports for some countries. This graph shows a tree map of the same data. The combined use of traditional map and tree map gives good overview of coffee import data. This map shows a map of coffee importing countries in 2013. United States was the largest coffee importer in 2013 with the import of 27 million bags. This map shows opposite to the map of coffee exporting countries. Most of importing countries are in warm or cold climates. This graph shows tree map of the same data. For this page, Sankey or chart diagram might be an effective method. However, flow data from where to where was not obtained, so these diagrams were not realized. Next phase is distribution. Once purchased, coffee is transported to a coffee factory and is roasted at the factory. This is the end of the process for roast and ground coffees. This graph shows a bar plot of the top 10 world coffee roasters in 2008. Starbucks is a very symbolic figure in the coffee distribution market. Once a small coffee shop in Seattle, Starbucks generated more than $26 in 2019 and had more than 31,000 stores in the world. This chart shows a combined bar and line plot showing Starbucks sales growth since 2015. This graph shows a tree map showing the number of Starbucks stores in the world as of September 2019. Three different levels of the hierarchy are used to show the number of stores by region, country, and operation style. More than half of American adults drink coffee every day. Americans consume 4.2 kilograms of coffee per year on average per capita. Finns top coffee consumption with 12 kilogram annual consumption and on average. This graph shows a bar plot of top 25 coffee consumption countries. Color is used to show region. I also wanted to look at other relationships with coffee consumption. This graph shows a swan plot of top 25 coffee consumption countries and top 25 tea consumption countries per capita. As discussed, coffee consumption is skewed to European countries. However, tea consumption is spread to all continents. This graph shows a box plot of coffee consumption and tea consumption by GDP. Range and IQ are similar between two groups. However, median seems very different. The median GDP of top 25 coffee consuming countries is around 40,000, while the median GDP of top 25 tea consuming countries is around 20,000. This graph shows a box plot of tea consumption and coffee consumption by average annual temperature. It is interesting to see that medians of both groups are similar at around 10 degrees Celsius, while IQR is very different. It seems that coffee is consumed more in countries of colder climates. Financial service firms also provide huge amount of coffee consumption data. This graph shows a pie chart of top 10 most popular coffee drinks in US cafes in 2015. The visualization is created based on transaction data by Square. Regular coffee is the most popular coffee drink with a share of more than 50%, followed by latte and tea. Final phase is back to soil. Coffee is an extremely important agricultural commodity, produced in about 80 tropical countries. There are a lot of efforts by different organizations from government to commercial entities. For example, ICO, Nestle, and Starbucks publish sustainability reports every year. This graph shows a word cloud from Nespresso sustainability report. In discussion, I learned a lot about coffee and became more interested in various aspects of coffee, from seeding to disposal. It was a great opportunity to apply visualization methods. Most importantly, data collection and process is time-consuming and as important as visualization process. In conclusion, coffee impacts many people in the world. Keeping sustainable coffee production is critical for coffee farmers and coffee lovers.